Hey y'all, it's Danny with Escape Powersports. Welcome to another ATV maintenance video. Today we're going to be showing you how to change the oil on a Can-Am ATV, and it's only going to be a 2, maybe 3 beer job, so let's get started. So there are a couple things I thought were worth mentioning real quick, and that is this video should cover oil and filter changes on any Renegade or Outlander all the way from a 500 up to 1000. Really the only difference is going to be on this XMR. We're going to have to pull this side panel and inner fender well in order to get to the oil filter. We'll start by warming the bike up for a minute. Next we'll remove the drain plug on the passenger side of the skid plate with a 17mm socket and extension. Always a good idea to bring a few shop towels with you under the bike. Now if you're working on a Renegade you get to skip this part, but on this Outlander we're going to start pulling plastics to get to the oil filter, starting with the seat. Just pull up on the plastic covering our air filter. The dash pops up and out of the way without tools also. Now we can pull the passenger side panel with these 3 pop rivets. There's one in the front, middle, and the back, and a small screw up here if yours isn't missing. I find it's easiest to get out by popping the tabs by the dash and then pulling the back tab up and out first. Now we're almost to the oil filter. All we got to do is yank this inner fender well out to get full access. It's held in by these 6 pop rivets, 2 by the footwell, 2 at the bottom of the shock, 1 near the top of the shock, and this guy near the front of the machine. With our newfound access to the oil filter housing, we can remove the 3 T30 Torx star bits that hold the cover on. Now the Torx bit is recommended, but if you don't have one, you can get away with an 8mm on these bolts. Probably going to want to have your bucket and shop towels when you pull that filter out. Now's a good time to inspect that O-ring for tears or rips. Can-Am suggests replacing it every change, but this one looks pretty good, so I'm going to reuse it. Another thing worth mentioning is in regards to the maintenance required notification you get on your dash whenever it's time to change your oil. As far as I know, you can't reset that yourself, so that's kind of a bummer. So this is how our old filter came out, so we'll just pop our new one into place with the rubber boot part facing inwards. Now we can place our oil filter cover back on and secure it with the 3 bolts. Now these bolts only need around 7 foot-pounds, so I like to carefully snug them up with a screwdriver style driver to make sure I don't over tighten them, causing a leak. So I've come to find out the drain plug is actually a small magnet, so it's probably a good idea to check it out, inspect it for any metal or debris, and clean it up before putting it back in. Don't forget the crush washer. Now to make sure I don't over tighten the drain plug, I like to snug it up by hand and then finish the last quarter turn by choking up on the ratchet. Over tightening and stripping the threads can turn a casual oil change into a serious pain in the ass. Can-Am oil change kits are expensive, and I found out this Rotella T6 SAE 5W40 diesel oil from Walmart meets all the performance specs and is very popular with these Rotax V-twins. And since my truck's got a couple leaks, I've always got an extra 2.1 quarts of this stuff laying around. To make checking for leaks easier, once I got oil in it, I like to spray some degreaser and hose off the mess. Now we can check the dipstick has oil in it and crank it up, checking for leaks around the filter and drain plug. We might have to add a little more to get right in the middle of the safe range on the dipstick, as the reading is going to go down when the oil has a chance to circulate through the motor. Now we can reinstall the inner fender well, starting with the pop rivet at the top of the shock, then the 2 by the floorboard, the 2 at the bottom of the shock, and the last one in the front. And the side panel with its 3 pop rivets and screw. We'll pop our dash, air filter cover, and seat back on, and we're done. So that's how you change the oil and filter on a Can-Am ATV. If you found this video helpful, give it a thumbs up so I know we're on the right track. If it wasn't helpful or you have any thoughts on how I can improve these videos, leave me a comment in the section below so I can make these videos better for you. With the maintenance up to date on this vehicle, now the fun begins and we can start modifying it. Anyway, other than that, we'll see y'all on the trails.